large part of having a business model is having a place to sell your product as you go through. We call these places channels as you go through. You need to have a channel to get your product or your service from you as a developer to the consumer as you go through. A huge marketplace is called the social media marketplace. We all experience it. We pull out our cell phone, click, 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 and all of a sudden, boom, we're downloading something, we order it, and the next day it shows up at our doorstep and everything else. It's nice and easy. And to some extent, it doesn't matter if you like the company or not. That super convenience at your front door that really changes things. Instead of you going to a large retail store and wandering around for half an hour trying to find the products you want, you open up your phone, you type in search, you find it, and boom, you're right there. And you're at your house as you go through, and it doesn't cost you any more money. As a matter of fact, it's probably cheaper than hopping in a car and driving 15 minutes to the store. So the social media marketplace is convenient, and a lot of people just totally love it as you go through. We're going to go through, look on a series of things we call B2B, or business to business as a website, or a business to consumer, a B2C as you go through. So when a business is selling to consumer, we call it B2C. When it's a business to business, it's B2B as you go through. So we'll look at different aspects of it and a series of different types of marketplaces as you go through. Using a marketplace changes your entire business model because of the fact that instead of you having to pump up your own personal website, all of a sudden now you're latching on to somebody else's website. They're doing the marketing for you. And if you really do well in it, you can sit down and make a lot of money and save money on advertising, save money in different aspects of having your own site as you go through. One of the developers of this is Blue Card, and a lot of the material that you're about to hear is off of their website as you go through. It's an e-commerce platform. It's got web, mobile, and SEO optimization. SEO, pay attention to what that is. It really helps you sit down and go much faster in the optimization for search engine optimization, SEO, as you go through, and it tracks customers as you go through. A lot of times it's offline to online. In other words, offline O2O as you go through, offline to online transition, and it really depends on the online store as you go through. Here's the information if you want to check it out yourself as you go through. But I want to go through some of the aspects. Amazon. You can get your product listed on Amazon relatively easily as you go through, and you pay Amazon a certain fee, and then you send product to them. They store it in their warehouses, and then by the time they're all done, somebody orders it, and boom, it leaves their warehouse. You get a check in the mail as you go through, and or transfer right to your bank account, and they ask for more product as you go through. And they have warehouses across the United States. They're willing to take the entire channel of taking care of you to the consumer. Your job is to make sure that they have their product in stock and that they sit down there and you pay their fee as you go through. They have 5 billion aspects by the time it's all done. It's huge as you go through. There's massive numbers of business per month, and it caters to both the buyers and the sellers. This Amazon can be somewhat fabulous as you go through. eBay, it's really overshadowed by Amazon, but look at what it says. It's a resale site that garners 1.7 billion monthly visits for all kinds of products. It's nothing but a network. You put your product out there. There are a lot of people that make a living off the Amazon website and also the eBay website, sitting there making lots of money by selling product on both of them as you go through. Alibaba, it's Chinese as you go through. In a lot of ways, I think it resembles Amazon. You may disagree, and that's okay. But that being said, Alibaba has 2 different types of websites. Really, Alibaba as you go through, it really is about the business to business or selling stuff to business as you go through. The AliExpress is really selling from business to consumer as you go through. It's a consumer-facing retail site as you go through. So between the 2 of them, we're looking at 534 million visitors per month on AliExpress, and then Alibaba about 98 million visitors per month. They're both huge. They both pump out billions of dollars of goods every single month. Another one you may not be familiar with, it actually comes to us from Japan, Rakuten, as you go through, and it's expanded into worldwide operations. It's seen 576 million visitors per month. Now, we're going through all these sites. I want you to visualize you're going to be an entrepreneur. You're going to be selling products as you go through. You can list it on multiple websites. It can be confusing, but that being said, the more hooks you have in the water, the more fish and the bigger the ocean as you go through for you to catch and land in your boat and make revenue off of as you go through. That being said, we're looking at billions of hits per month on the ones we've just talked about, and we're not done. This as a business model using the social media marketplace is a brilliant move, especially if you have a product that you're selling out there or a service as you go through. And that way it saves you time and marketing effort because boom, you have multiple channels as you go through. Here's another one that comes to us out of Latin America as you go through. It's called Mercado Libre as you go through. It's got 175 million users and 684 million monthly visits as you go through. It came to us from Central America and now it's across the United States, used by an awful lot. It really has something comparable to the Amazon when it comes to different types of inventory as you go through. Etsy. Etsy right now is engaged in making a major change into how it does its business model. They plan on going after Amazon. They've gone through in the aspect of really focusing on things that are handmade items and people selling them to an audience. And they have only 392 million business per month. They want to actually get bigger and bigger and reach a much more expanded offering to sit down there with both more consumers and more merchants on it to sit down and make money with a focus on handmade items as you go through. Walmart, people were blowing the whistle, Walmart's doomed back in 2013. No, Walmart is still #1 in the world for retail because it sat down there and it pivoted by using its gigantic chain of retail stores into delivery centers across the United States. So it's got a hybrid program as you go through. Walmart.com has 410 million monthly visits and is growing even quicker now as you go through. They've actually shut down a couple of their stores because they're going so much bigger online as you go through. Walmart is a giant mover and shaker. If you get one product sold on Walmart.com, that can sit down and give you a lifetime pathway for revenue as you go through. Wayfair, it's the world's largest online only home goods retailer. Tell more as you go through. It's got 30 million active customers as you go through. That being said, it's got that special thing for home goods out there. If you have a product that fits there, they are a perfect pathway for you as you go through to sell it right to the consumers, from business to consumer. Target is another competitor with Walmart and the Amazon as you go through. They had their success as a big box store. Now they're back in e-commerce, just like Walmart, very comparable to it. It's not as big yet, but Walmart has businesses that complete application process, and you can sell your product in their market as you go through. They're hitting 183 million monthly visitors as you go through. Onward to the marketplace, really, choosing one or more of these marketplaces for your product is a milestone. It changes your business model from your website to drive traffic to you onto a much larger one, and you get a benefit of that platform's image to your brand as you go through. Develop your own e-commerce marketing strategy or wholesale marketing plan so you can keep your momentum moving strong as you go through. The social media marketplace model is a huge tool as you develop your model, whether you're going long tail, multi-sided business platform, and we're going to talk about several more, but this is a tool to sit down and take your model and implement it and reach a much wider and broader ranging audience for your success in your entrepreneurship vision, goals, and activities. Take care.